Hello everyone, join me as we make our first herbal neem and vitamin E oil soup. So first of all, we got our neem leaves. Then we remove the leaves from the stem. That's our neem leaves. You rinse it or you wash it thoroughly with water. Then after that we blend it to get the paste. We are going to use the paste because we are going to dissolve the paste in our oil. And actually we are going to use 1 liter oil, which is 3 different oils. We have our bleach palm oil, our coconut oil, then our vegetable oil. So that's our neem paste. After blending, that's our neem paste. And this is the vitamin E we are going to use for this formula. So we use quite a number of vitamin E, and that's what we are going to use. So for this our 1 liter of oil, we use 145 gram of caustic soda. Yes, there was no addition of soda ash because it's a bathing soap and it's not necessary to add soda ash. So we are going to add our vitamin E oil to our neem paste. So that's what we are doing. Then we mix it thoroughly together. So for hardness, we are going to add 3 spoons of calcium carbonate to our oil. And because calcium carbonate is insoluble in water, that's why we are dissolving it directly in our oil. Yes. So that's our calcium carbonate. And we are also going to add 2 spoons of kaolin clay to have that smoother feel on the skin. Yes. So we mixed our calcium carbonate in our oil, and take note, you have to make sure it mixes evenly. You have to make sure the calcium carbonate mixes completely in the oil to avoid particles in your soap later. And that is our kaolin clay. That's 2 spoons. That's our kaolin clay, just to have that smooth feel and to bind our vitamin E oil. So you have to make sure you mix them thoroughly in the oil. And in this case, we are going to use our stick blender because that will let us have that even and thorough mixing. So after mixing our hot kaolin clay and calcium carbonate, we are going to add our neem paste together with our vitamin E oil to our oil. And as you can see, that's our neem paste which is being added to our oil. You mix it thoroughly. After mixing, then we continue with the addition of our lye solution. That is our caustic soda solution. So we've added our caustic soda solution. That's our lye solution. We've added our lye solution, and after mixing, you can see we have a trace. We have our trace already, but we are going to make 2 colors we want to do a small swirl. We want to do soap swirling, so we are going to make 2 colors, which is yellow and green color for this our herbal formula. We also added an amount of glycerin because it's for this. We are making a bathing soap which is for the skin and the face. We added an amount of glycerin to help nourish the skin. So now we are going to make our colors, and we are sorry for our sin. Now let's come to the pouring into our molds. We use this plastic bowl as a mold. Yeah, we use this plastic bowl because our molds we have bigger and larger molds. So we use this plastic mold as a mold. So first of all, we pour our yellow, and actually our soap have already taken. As you can see, it has already taken. So in this case, whenever you want to do soap swirling, you have to be fast with your process so that your soap doesn't thicken. If the soap thickens, the swelling the swelling sometimes does not really becomes effective. Though you can do your swirling techniques, but when it's a light trace, that really helps to have the design you really want. So as you can see the issue I had with our green soap. It was too thick to pour. It was too thick. So anytime you want to do soap swirl, you have to fasten up. You have to hurry up with your process and have a light trace. And I think it's because of our oil, my oil, bleach palm oil. It produces a hard soap too. So you have to bang it. You have to bang it at least so it can spread to the other ends. Then this is where we come in with our swirling technique. Sorry I used sorry for what I used for my swirling. I wanted that green color to spread even to the bottom. So at this point, you can do whatever technique you want with your soap. However you want it, you work it out. So this is our surface finished. This is our surface finished. Then we have to leave it for some time to harden before we come in. Before we resume later to cut. Actually, I didn't add any perfume to this soap. I didn't add any perfume. Yeah. I didn't add any perfume. So this is our final finish. So after leaving it for some time, this is what our soap turned out. This is the turnout of our soap. And so you have to cut it. So it's time to cut our soap. And final, this is what we had. Thank you.